Welcome to Gary's Classic Cars, and today, Saturday the 8th of November, we're at the NEC for the International Classic Car Show. So let's get on and start the show. Okay, so we're at the NEC now, we're in Hall 4 at the Auto Jumble, and there's about 700 stalls here, ranging from cars, model cars to number plates to all sorts of treasures, seats if you fancy some. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start in Hall 4 while it's a bit quiet, and we'll have a wander around. And the first stand we've come across is a Triumph Sport 6 Club. Now these will be all 6-cylinder jobs, so here's an early Mark 1 beautiful Spitfire. Look at that. Oh, it's like a 4-cylinder one in red, 1965. What a gorgeous car that is. And the Stag, nice. And then the Vitesse, beautiful. So I will apologise in advance if I miss your car or miss a stand, because it looks such a big show. I'm not going to capture everything, and I may even do things twice. But it's nice and quiet at the moment. We're just here at the TR Drivers Club, just next to a lovely magenta TR6. I think it's magenta, I do love that colour. TR7 Sprint, and then a very early on an R plate TR7. That must be a very, very early one. Adjacent to that, we've got the Triumph Motor Club pre-1940. There's a 1929 Morgan Hastings Triumph Super 7 Sports. What a car that is. These are wonderful. I didn't even know Triumph were around pre-1940s. It almost looks like a little Austin 7 at a glance. A bit of a Triumph stand here. Then we've got the Bond Club. Just next to that there's a 1963 Bond Equip. And a little Speedster here. Look at that, front-engined. Then we've got the 3-wheeler Bond. I remember one of my school teachers when I was a junior had one of these around the corner. Had the little Villiers engine in. Look at that. Fantastic. Swiftly moving round to the Bond Bug on the opposite side of the Bond. Look at this. Two of them in orange. Wonderful. One with the canopy up, one with the canopy down. Fantastic little things these are. Fiberglass, Robin Reliant engine in them. Oh, it's been on Hollyoaks, that one. Quite a good reg. Here we are on the Triumph Roadster Club next to it. Now this is a beauty. Look at that. What a lovely colour that Triumph Roadster is. They are gorgeous. I think they appeared on Bergerac, if I'm not mistaken. A nice green one there, that's beautiful. And then a gorgeous black one at the end. Oh my gosh, that is wonderful. And now we're on to the Triumph Parsonage Owners Club. Look, some beautiful Triumphs. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Next to that is one of my favourite cars, Vauxhall. My dad had a Mark 1 Cavalier, the same as that. GLS I think it is, but his was the bright green. We've got a lovely Chevette there as well, 4-door saloon, 1983, and then an 82 Estate in black. Looks like they're celebrating the 50th years of Vauxhall. Wonderful. Then we move up to the Mark 2 cab. LX, that's a gorgeous colour and gorgeous car. And then we've got the Mark 3 cab, 2-litre GSI. And then finally the Vectra. And we're on the Vauxhall Crestas Club. These are very Americanised. What a lovely car. 60 years old, that one. Victory. Icery, sorry. And look at that one, Cresta. And then this is a bit hot rodded. Alloy wheels, two-tone paint, gorgeous. And then the pink one, look at that. Oh my, that just looks like brand new. The chrome, very American, like I say. What a car that is. Beautiful. And then we've got the Isetta Owners Club. Now this is a M-Eto, which is the electric version. Not so sure on that, to be honest. But these, beautiful. Look at them. The little BMW Isettas. The 300 one there. With its trailer. And then next to that we've got the Henkel / Trojan Club, which is very similar, a little bit bigger. Look at that, beautiful. Even got a motorcycle. Wonderful. What a wonderful cars these are. That's a beautiful metallic pink. And then we've got the nice little red one. And then next to that, we're in a bit of a micro car area at the Messerschmitt. That's a nice aqua coloured Messerschmitt. Very nice. And this looks like a homemade job here.
That one that I smashed up on, stick
Wonder whether that's some sort of one made for us. Oh, it's a reproduction from Fender Fizz, originally 1950. There you go. Nickel moped. An FMR moped. Automatic. And then we've got the Messerschmitt. Look at that. Don't know whether I fancy them. Now that's a lovely colour, that blue, that maroon and black. That really suits that. Wonderful. Next to that, or opposite, we've got the drop snoot. I remember seeing this last year, so it was the race version of the Vauxhall clubs. Look at that with the twin cam in there, beautiful. Big 45-inch Webers on. What a lovely looking car. A lot of Vauxhalls around this area. They seem to have bunched them all together, which is great. If you're into each individual marque, it really does help you navigate around the show. There's over 3,000 vehicles here, I believe. Look at that. Another one on Webers. You all like the Webers. Just make the car breathe and go a bit better. Then we've got the 2300 HC Viva. Lovely. Back to the Chevette and Cadets. Look at these. You don't see these very often, and to see all these is fantastic. All different years. 79, oh that 75 is a nice one. All jazzed up. And we've got the little 75er. Oh, not 75, I've got all my dates wrong. 79 Chevette van. Blooming heck. That's a rare beast in itself. There's a Chevette club. Opposite that we've got the Open Manta now. Look at this, right, look at a Lotus Carlton, oh my. What a monster of a car. Look at that. Gorgeous. Oh, absolutely beautiful. It's in a dark metallic green. And then we've got the another one in metallic blue just next to it. These were a proper quick car in the day. Now this is a bit unusual. Look at the paint on that. Oh my God. That's got a heavy metal flake in it. And it's smooth as silk as well. Look at the interior. Oh my, wonderful. Doing a good job there, my friend. Well, what a job that is, polishing the wheels. Oh, he's won some trophies with this. Fair play to him. The Mint Manta, absolutely fantastic. What a lovely car. And then we've got the GTE, the hatchback version, a little bit later. 1985 in silver. Oh, gorgeous. And then we've got the Mark 1 GTE. These are early rare ones. Got an aluminium radiator looking at his mirror. Oh, look at this. This is it. Oh my, this is like brand new. Look at that. It's got all the mirrors underneath. The car is like new under there. obviously doesn't get used very often. Or if he does, he really looks after it, or they really look after it. Gorgeous car. Astra. Bit of a modern 51 plate hatchback. Then we've got Omega Elite. Look at that. That'll be the 3 litre V6. My brother had one of them. Fantastic car, apart from the fuel economy. I think he got it to 6 mpg at one stage. Look at the GSI. Oh, I love these. I used to have a Breeze Blue SR in that shape. 1990, one of the first ones. They are a fantastic car. Right little pocket rocket. Around with the XR2s, XR2Is, Peugeots. With all the hot hatches of the late 80s, early 90s. Fantastic. Then we've got the Calibra. Yeah, another good car. Oh my. Very underrated at the time, but coming into their own. A nice black one. And then a lovely metallic green one. Oh my. Some lovely colours that Vauxhall did. Another Lotus Carlton. Oh my. That's a bit blinged up with all its gold. 580 pounds of torque, it says. And then the Carlton 3 litre GSI, they're a rare beast as well. Beautiful. We'll just move down the line and we're on the Viva LA Viva La Viva Drivers Club. This has got quite a few HCs in this. HCs, HAs. Look at that. 1973. And we've got the HA Deluxe version, and then the HA van. He's called them the Postman Pat van. I had one of them in red. Fantastic. Oh, HCGT. Sorry, HBGT. Beautiful. These are rare. I would have one of them. I do like them. HA camper. Look at that. That's a beauty, isn't it? Beautiful. 1968. Gorgeous. Look at that. Fantastic. And then the HB Estate. Look at that. It's gorgeous as well. Oh my, it's got a Lotus twin cam in it. Oh my. I'm 40 there. But that's a bit of a sleeper. Oh, beautiful. I do like that. Very nice. Straight carb as well, that. Another HA in there. Can't tell what colour it is. It's almost like a pinky browny reddy colour. Beautiful. Lighting's not the best round here. It's not really showing the colour off properly. And then we've got the HC 1974. 1256. 4-cylinder. Beautiful. Scimitar Club now. Look at this. CV6. Grey and silver. Beautiful. SE6B 1983. Then the little SS1. SE6 convertible. They're quite rare these days. Finished in red 1981. And then an SE5 1975. Gorgeous. Just next to that we've got the VBOA, Vauxhall Bedford Opel Association. So here's a little Opel, lovely in yellow. And then we've got the Opel Kadett, which was the Vauxhall Astra version. Export a lot of these were, and the Opels. Then we've got the Mark II Astra, Mark III in white, with its nice twin cam. And then the little Shove It, the rat look. Looks like it had new wings on and 2-door. Great race car, that. Just next to that we've got the Reliant Owners Club. So we've got the little Robins. Here's another sparkly one. Reliant Robin with a bit of metal flake. And then you have the van just adjacent. It's quite rare. 1976, 850 van. Beautiful. Then we've got the Kitten, which was the 4-wheel version of the Reliant. A little bit more stable. 1981 on an X. It's a DL version. And then we've got the Reliato, or Reliant Giant Pickup it's called. I think they're called the Reliato or something like that, 1995. Very good. Next, we've got the Volvo Enthusiast 2010. Look at this, P1800E. Beautiful. I do like my Volvos. But I'd had one, not one of them, but 144 in that colour. The Amazon, oh, this is gorgeous. 1968, 123 GT, B20 engine. Beautiful in dark green. That I'm not a green lover, but that looks stunning under the fluorescent lamps. And then we've got the Volvo EC. It's the same club here. C70 T5. It's a beautiful metallic colour. And we've got the 850R in red. I think the police used a lot of them. They are a bit of a sleeper. And here's the Volvo 144 like my dad had, but his was a saloon and it had the earlier grille, 1970 his. What a gorgeous car that is. They are a proper Swedish machine. Ovalo is its name there. Beautiful. And then a C70 T5 GT, another one in a gold colour, beautiful condition. Lovely paint jobs on these. And then we've got the little 480 ES. Gorgeous, look at that with all the accessories on, the push bike. I wonder these were all extras at the time when they were bought new. Swiftly moving on to another stand. It's got a bit of a mix, this one. I'm not sure what this one is. It's got Mark III Cortina in a vermilion colour. And then we've got a Vauxhall. What's this Vauxhall? Vauxhall Velox, 1954. Look how Americanised it looks. And then we've got the SDI 1985 police car. Fantastic. 3500. All the flashing lights going. And then we've got another Vauxhall here. Not very up on my Vauxhall. Let's have a look at Victor 1962. Gorgeous condition. Some real good condition vehicles. It's just getting a bit busier now. And now look at that. All aggro, Vanden Pla, that would be the 1500, 1975. They're a beast these days. Just adjacent, so we don't get too mixed up, we've got, we'll go to the Volvo Enthusiast Club just over here. We don't want to start getting too lost. Look at that, looks like a Packard. It's a PS831 barn find. Gee whiz, I don't think I've ever seen one of them. It's just huge. What a lovely thing. And then we've got another 480 just adjacent, saloon version. Very nice. It's a 440 actually, GLT. And then another P1800, the Saint one. ST1, good reg on that P1800. Oh, is this a 164? Is it a 164S? It is a 164. This is the 6-cylinder version of what my father had. Look at that, 1973. Gorgeous. Beautiful metallic blue. They are built like a tank. That'll be solid as a rock. It'll drive absolutely beautiful. And then we've got, looks like a 240 converted to a pickup. That's a very useful tool if I ever did see one. And then we've got the Leicestershire Police Volvo, cracking car. Just opposite, we've got the Volvo Owners Club, convertible C70. Another one, clean car that, both clean cars then. Few clean Volvo convertibles here. Fantastic. All leather interior, manual. And look at this P1800. This is unused. Got some fancy wheels on that. Not sure whether this suits it personally, the modern wheels, but the colour is stunning. Oh, it's automatic as well. I wonder if it's been converted. Don't know whether they make, I think they did make one, but look at the engine bay on that. Oh my, fuel injected. Fuel injected down in the 60s. Or 70 actually, 73. Gorgeous car. Convertible as well. And then just next to that is another unusual car. I've never seen one. There's a P1900. That must be one of the rarest cars here. Absolutely beautiful. Left-hand drive. It's a 1956-57. Look at the interior. How snug you are, and that's like a two-seater. What a beautiful, beautiful cockpit to sit in. That's a stunning car. Okay, so we're now on the Saab Club. This one's covered up. We can't see that. Look at that. That's pretty smart. That must be on her ride. Looking very, very low. Front exhaust as well, just there. So it's a sensible way of having to try and run it under the ground, under the car. 1974. Then another earlier Saab. Saab 993. It's not like your 93s you see these days, is it? That left-hand drive. Let's have a look inside. Gorgeous. Column shift. Beautiful. Oh, turbo. Do you like that? Very nice indeed. In red. One in black. Beautiful. 1985 Carlson turbo. And then we've got the 95, or the 9000, sorry, turbo in like a, that's an unusual colour, two-tone. So like a pearlescent silver with a, looks like it's got a white bottom, but I don't think it has, it's just the light reflecting off it. Just adjacent, we've got the Barton Classic Car Club, so we've got a Roots vehicle here, the Sunbeam Alpine 1725, looks like forest green. Also a Saab there, 1985. Got this little Morris J40 pedal car, Austin, sorry. Lancia Integrale, proper race rally prepared this. Oh my giddy aunt, look at that. And then just next to that, a lovely 71 four-door Cortina Mark II, banded steelies. Mark II Deluxe. Gorgeous. Then we're on to the Skoda pickup. Just remind you, this could be a long video because it's there's lots of cars here. Felicia there, look at that. And the Felicia estate. There's some great cars. It's going to be a great event. And we've got the proper Skodas with the engines in the back. That's a beautiful car, that. Rare machine these days. Although they just did one on Wheeler Dealers. Then the little Estelle here, convertible. And then there's a nearly early one, which I think, no, I don't know this. That's a very early car. Fantastic. Just opposite, we've got the Club. Oh, there's me. Oh, I found my magnet. Fantastic. Stick it to the back of my phone. Little Fiat 500 there, 1966. And then we've got the Fiat 600, or 126, sorry. Brown, and it's got its name Brown, just in case you didn't know. Wonderful. A few motorcycles. And then the 1929 Humber 9. It's a rare beast if you ever did see one. And the FJ40, there's another early Toyota. These tend to be at workhorse and didn't last very long, but I did see one of them when I was in New York earlier this year in a showroom as well. And then we've got the Wartburg. Home for all Eastern Bloc Classics is stand now. Do like these Wartburgs. Look at that little 3-cylinder. Everybody's running these days. And these were doing it back in 1985. And the bike. A couple of Trabants here, look at these. 2-stroke these. The 2-cylinder. Like a station wagon type. And then we've got the saloon version. Triumph. That Young Retro Club. I think I'm a member of this on Facebook. Time 2000, early one. Then we've got the Audi Quattro. Very similar to Life on Mars. And then a Mark 5 Escort 4-door. Gorgeous. And just tucked away there is a little Suzuki Ingis. Black one. Opposite that we've got a few Japanese. We've got the little Micra K10. With a Honda engine in. How bizarre. And then we've got the Ford Transit. What this stand is, oh, it's AI for emotional well-being. What have we got here? The BBM. So this looks like a bit of Americana. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that flame paint job there in that bonnet. Beautiful. Oh, that's proper nice, that. Chevrolet. Oh, gorgeous. We're gonna have a closer look. So the bed, oh my God. Wonderful. Wonderful machine, that. And then we've got, looks like some Japanese lowered vehicle, big flared arches. Concourse Classics, it says, the stand. Project Nissan. Just opposite, we've got BMW. Look at that. Now that is pretty smart. That's a clean engine bay, if you ever did see one. That drives lovely with a modern running gear. And then we've got the Nissan Z 260, a one-off Datsun resto mod. Oh, it's got a Hemi V8 in it. Oh my gosh. I bet that's awesome. And it's for sale. Gee whizzles. Must be a bit of a resto mod shop. There's like a Land Rover chassis here with an engine all in it. We've got another Swallow Derotti Roadster 1954 for sale. Beautiful. E9 VM, look at that. And then we've got the early Land Rover. I bet that body is going on that chassis. Now, one of my favourite cars. This is going to be in my top 10, the Triumph Dolomite Sprint of the show. I absolutely love these. What number it'll come in, I don't know, but that's just a standard Dolomite. The Sprint is next door, the blue one. Oh my, and the red one. Gorgeous. Tahiti blue, that is gorgeous. I do like them. It's got cosmic alloys on. Then we've got the Triumph 1300 front wheel drive, which was the earlier version of the Dolomites. There's quite a good selection here. Some beautiful cars. And just tucked up at the end is a little Herald convertible. It's an early one, that as well.
Right, trying to get the wheels back square.
Good luck. Yeah, gorgeous. Here we have the Standard Club. I nearly missed it. It was opposite the Triumph 340s. Look at them. So Americanised. The Vanguard, 1953, Phase 2, standard Vanguard. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got another earlier version here of a standard. I'm not sure what make that is. Or what year, sorry. But look at this, little standard van. That's straight as a die. Very unusual to see them. But they didn't make very many of them. Little standard 10 van. And then little standard 8. Look at that, gorgeous. Fantastic vehicles. Oops, looks like that was the front of the van at one stage. Must have had a little accident with a wall maybe. But look at the it's solid as a rock, even though it's rusted and battered, it's still solid as a rock. You won't get that from modern cars. Yeah, it's filling up nicely, this place. Okay, so we're on the TR register. Okay, this is an early TR. Never seen one of them before. It's a Peerless GT. I don't think it is a Triumph. And then we've got the TR33A, 1955 to 1962. And then we've got the TR7, beautiful. Rally prepared. Just across the way we've got a gorgeous TR6 in red. Pimento, I think it's called, may be wrong. British Leyland's finest at the time. Sound gorgeous then. And then the other TR5 or a 4A maybe. And then a little roadster version. Almost looks like the BMW, dare I say it, boot. Some sort of special hood on the back of that. TR4 Dove, 1963 to 65, a rare breed GT. Beautiful. Stag owners. I remember seeing these last time. They had a fantastic variety of vehicles on. Look at that Inca yellow, I think it may be. Triumph Stag. Used a lot of the British Leyland colours in the 70s, 1976. A beautiful red one. The white one. Oh no, that's nice, that 1975 on an N in orange. Gorgeous. And then the 73.
And that was like kind of like on the corner. I was saying.
More than one.
Got no stripes on it. It looks so different with no stripes on it. Just opposite that we've got the Owen Motor Club, and we've got this beautiful little Austin Cooper Mark III or Mark II. And it looks like snow blue white with a black roof, gorgeous. Little Dunlop alloys. Lovely. 1968. Then we've got a nice 1965 Triumph Herald. Do like these, all on banded wheels. One of my favourite classics, modern ones, RS Service. Look at that. That's just like brand new. Viewers, lovely. And then we've got a B Roadster with a hard top on. Other side, the TR Youth. Look at these little Spitfire there. Triumph 2000. And then the TR4, oh, so TR6, sorry. No bumper on it. And then a little TR3. Look at that. Well, I think that's roughly it for Hall 4. Good start, if I got too busy. A few more Triumphs there. And all the auto jumble that you could ever want. If you can't find it here, I don't think you'll find it anywhere. From Fords to Vauxhalls to Roots. There's plenty of stuff, plenty of Ford stuff here. I might have to have a look later. See if there's anything I can acquire. I can do with an aerial, so I'll have a look. Absolutely tons. It's just everything you could ever wish for, apart from what you want. I'm on the hunt for an aerial for my XR2. I can find one. Found one, but it's not the right one. So I need to look again. Lots and lots and lots of treasure. Oh, we've got a few more cars up here on this hall, and then we're going to shoot up to the next hall. Oh, it's a dry ice blasters. Look at that, BMW there, they must be dry ice blasting these. But that's clean, isn't it? And little VW Golf. And then the G-Wagon. 1990. Okay, so we're entering the next hall, and I'm not sure what hall number this is. Hopefully we can find out very shortly.